Hey, welcome back, gamers, to episode 4 of Mediocre Gamers. We are your hosts, Travis, Corey, and Kenny Thorson. Today, we're taking you on a magical journey where we are going to discuss the big PlayStation 5 reveal that came out with all their exclusives. We'll talk about the looks of it, kind of the feedback people are talking about, and potential price points. We will discuss a little bit of Call of Duty Season 4 so far. This week, we also did play a little Destiny 2, so we'll do a little quick review of that. I did my homework, Kenny did not, so I also did another Steam game where I did Deep Rock Galactic, so I will give some reviews on that game as well. We don't have much about sports, but, baseball's going to be voted, so we're going to take a little, maybe not as much sports today, but we'll try to throw it in there. And then lastly, we'll be talking about, movie theaters reopening, possible things, a couple Netflix shows that are coming out. So that's kind of the gist of today's episode. First things first, Mr. Sleepy Pants, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I was pretty excited. We got to play a little bit something different than COD this week. So we played some Destiny, and I actually had a good time with that. Getting back into I had no idea what I was doing most of the time. So it was fun to shoot shit. That was about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to, kind of get out of the old mold. I mean, I think we played, Destiny a year ago, maybe?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is a very grindy game, and we don't have all the expansions. We just kind of wanted to see what it was offering. So, we did a couple of missions, went to the different planets, checked it out. It's nice to get back into it, kind of do something new, a lot of exciting stuff that was happening. Just, kind of get different content out there, and, we were laughing, having blast. I mean, you got a couple new followers. Your algorithm worked better than mine, so you got a lot of people checking you out. So, I mean, like we talked about, I think it is nice to try to change up your content. So, Call of Duty is so saturated with so many streamers right now, and
and streamers that are much better than us.
Yeah, I mean, way better than us. I mean, those guys, go off by themselves, and we can barely win a 3-on-3 or 3-on-1 fight. But it's nice just to get other content out there, and just some people who aren't interested in like Call of Duty other games, and just branch out and see what other people are up to and talk to them. So.
Yeah. So I think with that, what I'm excited about also is with playing new games is getting new people into the chats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. So there are a couple things that I want to do. Like there's a hunting game that I want to try and play a little bit. So I think I might do Tuesdays is my COD day, and then Thursday be a random game. I also want to start streaming a little bit in the morning, and try to do like a coffee with Kenny or something like on Wednesdays.
Are you going to spell it with a K?
Oh, that's a good idea. But I think I want to do something like that where it's just like, it's just 2 hours where I'm either playing something that's super slow where I can talk with the chat and have my morning coffee. You know what I mean? And that's about it. That's about all I want to do. So
but I just want to get you poop, so make sure you have that away message.
So
when are you going to start doing more? Like I know when you originally started, you're going to do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Yeah.
And real life gets in the way of that a lot of the times. But I mean, I think if if we could set up like that random Steam game Saturday, we can test out these new games. Just for a couple of hours or something, we can do some free games or cheap games.
Yeah.
I mean, because I got that Deep Rock because a buddy of mine at work plays it, and it was very interesting, just something out of my comfort zone. It's still a shooter game.
Yep.
Sort of. So basically, it's called Deep Rock Galactic, and that you're 4 dwarves, and most of the stuff is like cosmetics. So you unlock. So each dwarf has 2 guns. Primary and a secondary, and they're all different, and they each have a different like special ability, and then one more ability. Like so, one was like you could do like a zip line. The other guy had like a hook and then the other guy had like a power drill, and then there's like another ability that you get, like one is like a C4 bomb, and the other guy's was like a flare gun to light up the room more. And you basically go in into these planets, and you have this quest, like you got to dig this, and then there's these creatures that spawn, and so you kill them throughout, and then there's like these events where you kill this sack, and like this main boss comes out. And there's also, you can change the difficulty. How hard do you want it? So, I mean, it was interesting to me, just kind of something different. But I didn't really play it that much. I played 3 different characters for maybe 3 or 4 hours. So I didn't really give it that fair of a chance. But trying something new, it was fun. I like my buddy who watched my replay was just dying laughing, trying to figure out a new game.
Yeah.
Oh man, you just gotta do this. You gotta do something. I'm like, okay, you've played this game, man. I haven't. But it was fun to do something completely new. Like that first game excitement that you get. Like when trying to figure out, what to do. I mean, that's what I loved about like Final Fantasy games. It's or MMOs, or excuse me, RPGs. It's like trying to figure out the storyline, figure out what you're supposed to do. They kind of give you a vague blueprint. My probably biggest drawback is the tutorial really didn't go into much. So, I mean, the mapping system is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really figure out where to go. So I was creating my own holes instead of like the dirt walls where it's like shows you. So I was just kind of making my own stuff, getting lost for a while. But I mean, all in all, it was, interesting game. It's definitely wasn't fun playing by myself. I had a lot more fun playing with another person.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a solo game, I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, you can definitely do it, and they'll give you like this droid that helps you. But I didn't think it was that fun by myself.
Gotcha. So what does your friend enjoy about it?
I didn't really ask him. I mean, he likes to play these random games.
Yeah.
He has these other buddies that he plays with, and they play a lot of Ark still on private servers, and then they play Get Out or something like that. They just play like a lot of these random games, and he always invites me to play, and so I was just like, you know what, everyone's doing the same stuff over and over again. So like, I want to try to do different stuff. I want to try new games. If I like them, great. If they're crap, they're crap. So, I mean, like this, you never know what you're gonna like until you play it. I mean, no matter what. That's like what I loved about Redbox. Like back when I could go rent a game, or back in the Blockbuster or whatever. You could rent a game, test it out, and if you like it, then you could drop the money on it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I kind of wish Steam had something like that, where like, or GameFly or something where you can like, instead of buying these games, you can rent it. Like you can download it, rent it, and you get like a trial, like 10 hours. Yeah, so many hour trial for like $5. So you down it, get the demo. I'd really like to see that and like incorporate it in a lot of games. Yeah, because I know you can do it with console games, but like going into these non-digital games, or excuse me, the digital editions that are coming out. I mean, are they going to have an option where you can like rent the game like online, or is it something where we're going to have to buy them all because we're not going to have a disc drive?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, there's so like, content consumption is like it's up across the board, across all the platforms. So just trying to find this kind of random games for these other people, because we can't compete with the big streamers on these battle royales. Carve out your little corner and build and build. If I was a good looking chick,
dude, that's not. Don't even get me started on that,
dude. Like I literally, it's like this girl. She's like, 10 weeks. I'm at 2,000 followers. Like I've been streaming for over a year and I haven't even made it to 200. Like,
there was 52. There was a new girl that I saw playing Call of Duty the other day. I started following her, and then she got her supporter button, and she goes, what did she say? Yeah, because the way Facebook released their supporter button out to everybody with 250 concurrent viewers and stuff like that. So they released it. So it gives us, better ways to do it. But she's like, it's been a hard 53 days. And I'm like, oh my God. I was pissed. I was immediately pissed. But it is what it is. It's a grind either way for anybody who does it.
It seems like
I don't know her full story, but she could have came from somewhere else too. So.
Like I've thought about getting turning off my camera and doing a voice changer where I sound like a female, just so dudes will jump in. But I mean, I watched this one it's Tactical Granny or something. It's just grandma playing, dude. Yep. Love it. I love, and there's another grandpa that plays. Like I love that video games are for all ages. Kids love them, and like when we were growing up, it always had this stigmatism, like, oh, you play video games, I'm not out getting hammered, doing drugs and killing people. I'm at home playing video games. I'm not hurting anybody. And then I saw this post, like Will Grimes of all people talking about how video games are so violent and all. So like, stop blaming video games. Like people try to blame like the Columbine stuff on video games because it's so violent. Yeah. No, it's shitty fucking people in the world. Don't blame video games.
There are tons of studies that show that there is zero connection between violence and video games. Yeah, because it's a whole different mindset. It's a different type of mindset. But yeah,
And speaking of gimmicks, I was scrolling through Facebook. You know how it is. Like it goes, video to video. You kind of can scroll. Yeah. There's this kid. I think he's like 10 years old, and his parents monitor it, so his parents are right there. That kid was streaming for 10 or 11 weeks, and he's already got like 3 or 4,000 followers. Like, you're not good, even good. He wasn't good. He's a little kid, so people want to support him.
Yep. Oh man, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's something wrong with is it just because we're fat bearded guys?
Nobody wants it. But I mean, you look at these other dudes. It's just, I don't know. We're not that. It's hard to break in to grab people, without this stuff randomly coming to it, and you gotta, get into the algorithm, and then I don't know if Facebook's like, hey, pay us this money, we'll promote your videos. If we got to start doing that to try to get people or what? But
I've heard that doesn't necessarily work as well. But I kind of want to maybe do like a highlight video possibly, and then boost it, do something like that. But I think I want to get more. I think I want to get more games in there more than just Call of Duty. I'm good at Call of Duty. I'm above average, but I am not nowhere near a great Call of Duty player, especially in Battle Royale.
And
so I think we need to break out into something different that's not so saturated.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited about for that New World game. It's a MMO RPG that's coming out from Amazon, so I have big hopes. And so it's going to be a brand new game for those people who like those type of online huge games like me, like the World of Warcrafts and EverQuest and the old, Star Wars Old Republic. I can go on and on. But I mean, I think it's going to be starting out. Boom, everyone's fresh. And, I don't know if there's going to be like a lot of these big time streamers who are going to maybe stay with these battle royales. That's what people want to watch. But I think for the other people, like Dota and League of Legends, I mean, there's a lot of people that follow those, and those, I like Heroes of the Storm because it's a Blizzard game, but I really don't care for League of Legends. Never really got into it. I know there's a lot of strategy and other stuff, but Force it's not really for me. But just breaking out, getting more content out there with different games, and maybe we can get these people, try to reach these people that are kind of tired of watching the same old Call of Duty stuff. I mean,
no, it's pretty exciting on that front, and I think that's the way we need to go. So
definitely. So we're gonna transition in. PlayStation 5 had their big reveal finally. The wireless router looks sexy. I think the design was slick. The gameplay looks great. There was a lot of dumb games I really didn't care for, but there's other ones that looked really amazing. Yeah. Right now, the rumored price, what the experts are thinking is, there was a PlayStation leak, Amazon in France, that showed November 20th, and it was $565 US for the one with the 4K in disc, and then the non was around 450. And then, but a lot of experts thinking this can be priced at $499 and $399, which is going to be nice because I really have no desire to get the one with the disc drive. I don't really get DVDs anymore, so I don't need the disc drive. So we take that technology out of it.
Yeah. Well, and plus we have
money.
We have stream rooms, so I mean, where we were going to be playing, we're not going to be also watching 4K movies, so Blu-ray movies. So
so I think that's going to save that's $100 off. I mean, that's huge, especially if these price points are where they're going to think. Because I mean, right now we get our games online anyway most of the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, saving money, that's great. So if it is $400, it's perfect price. I know Xbox still hasn't released theirs, but it was rumored that I just read recently that they're saying that's going to be for the disc drives is going to be about $400. They're thinking, and Xbox is saying that their digital one's going to be half that because it's not going to have the extra stuff. So if they're saying that you can get the Xbox digital edition for like $200 or $250
with the specs that are on them. Like these are PC level specs that they're basically giving. Like we're not talking like $3,000 PCs. We're talking the $800 to $1,500 range. That's what we're looking at there.
Well, I mean, you got to think about though.
PC
like we buy the graphics card and unit, all other stuff. We're buying one. So these guys are buying in bulk. So they're getting a huge discount.
They designed it themselves. Yeah. So basically these are specific. Yeah. So I think it's going to be, I'm most likely going to end up getting both.
Yeah. I mean, I probably will eventually get them both, but for off the start, I'm going to be getting the PlayStation. This depends on what the price is. I will be getting the digital edition just because there's no point for me to pay for the extra money to get 4K. I haven't bought a DVD in 8 years.
Yep.
So if I can save money, I can. It's great. That way we can download all the games there. The storage is probably going to be an issue. But I just think the design, I mean, it looks like a wireless router. But I think it looks a lot better than like the little mini box fridge that the Xbox is coming.
Well, they're gonna have those memory cards again. So So those solid state drives basically that you plug into it. So I think we'll have extra. They'll have like 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, and probably higher. So
so I will probably be buying the highest ones that will cost more money. They came out with the white. I don't know if that the Spider-Man edition one that was just a fan rendering or if that's what they're going to offer. But those came for the new Spider-Man was Miles Morales, and it was black and red, and then there was a black and blue. So I do like that. And then what we were talking about is they pushed Cyberpunk back. So I'm thinking they're going to have like a Cyberpunk system design as well. I mean, I know they do that. Like when Modern Warfare 3 came out, they had a special Xbox that came out. I did buy that one because I just liked it and it looked cool. So I'm kind of hoping they do have something like that for us.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, what were your thoughts on the PlayStation exclusives that we watched?
PlayStation exclusives, they looked okay. Most of them looked like what I would expect from a PlayStation exclusives, honestly.
There are a lot of kiddie games.
Yeah, a lot of kid games, but I really liked Gran Turismo. That looked pretty badass. So I'm excited to get into that again. Because I don't know if you know this or not, but when I played Gran Turismo, I actually had a racetrack that I was a number 1 in the world on. Yeah, it's pretty. I spent roughly 4 weeks. Roughly 4 weeks mastering that racetrack. Yeah. So and I did really good with it. And
could you do it blindfolded?
At some point I feel like I could do a lot It was insane. Like I was like, okay, I got close to the record, and I was like, I'm going to just grind this out. I'm gonna see if I could get it, and I got it, and I held that for like 2 or 3 weeks until somebody else did it. So it happens, but it was a good time.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I never really got into racing games. Like, I've never really cared for them. Like, I don't know. It's just something that doesn't really interest me. Like, I tried it, like Gran Turismo when those came out, and then there was Forza.
Yep, Forza.
I didn't really care for those either. Like the most racing I ever do is if I play Grand Theft Auto.
Ooh, GTA. That's another thing that should be coming out here pretty soon is more release information on GTA 6.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't see that coming out until next year at the earliest, but
yeah,
even later than that. But
yeah, they're still making so much money off of that. That's why they
go online, dude. That was when it went. That's when it really took off.
Yeah,
I mean, like we've talked about that in previous episodes. Like the GTA RP is huge. There's a huge market for that, and a lot of people are doing it. Like,
yeah,
but I love the Grand Theft Auto games. I loved this one. I love the story of it. You know how it all interacts. You know, you had Michael. You had the other two guys.
Yeah,
I can't think of their name.
Yeah,
but then like he became like his protege. The story was great. You know, the missions are always, you know, really thought out. You know, they bring in like these previous like criminals and like they help design like these heists and stuff, which is crazy. But you know, give people second chances. You know, and that's great that they're bringing these people to make it as real as possible to do, and that's outstanding. So I'm excited. I've loved that series. It's been amazing. Every single one that's ever came out has been absolutely outstanding.
Absolutely. All right. So are we going to cover Sega games?
Let's go into it. Let's go in. So if you've been following along at home, we started with, you know, some of our favorite Nintendo games, kind of give the backstory on our gaming life and how we got started. Last time we did Super Nintendo, and today we'll be tackling Sega. Sega Genesis Sonic, which is synonymous. The movie just came out. Jim Carrey was a little over the top for me. Ben Schwartz killed it as Sonic. But my all-time favorite Sega game, which you probably don't even know, was called Shadowrun.
Nope, I don't think I know that one.
Nope. It was a little hidden gem that I found. So you're kind of like this guy, and you go and do these jobs for money, and then you go and hack. And like, so you get some hacking and you go kill these people. I don't know. It was a very dumb game, but I played it for hours and hours and hours. I absolutely loved it. There's one on Super Nintendo, but it was trash. But
yeah. So
Shadowrun for me was one of my all-time favorite games for Sega. And then of course you have Sonic, which was an amazing game as well. And then, you know, I think Road Rash was great. I don't know if it's the first time I ever played it was probably on Sega, but
yeah.
And another one was, you know, Earthworm Jim and Toe Jam and Earl, probably the other two games.
Oh yeah.
I played a lot of, and then probably one of the hardest games that I played on it was Aladdin. Aladdin was so hard.
That was a really good game. I enjoyed Aladdin a lot when I was younger. Yeah. I think for me, my number one favorite game is probably something that you might not even know. You might know. I think we might have talked about it at one point, but it's called Booger Man.
Yeah, I remember Booger Man. Man, what a game!
So it was a side scroller, but how you defeated enemies was by throwing boogers at them, flicking boogers at them.
A concept for a game, dude.
And then all of that, you could hold your burps and hold your farts, and then like power fart and power burp.
Oh man,
it was
what a lot. And I want to say Sega was the first time Madden came out. I believe. I think Madden. I don't know if it was on Super Nintendo as well, but I just
Was
remember
it Madden or was it?
It was Madden 94.
Oh, okay.
From what I remember, I don't know if that was the first one, but that's one that's sticking out of my mind.
Yep, it was.
But yeah,
just looked it up.
So I'm pretty sure that was on Sega only. And I remember there was like for passes, you had your ABC, there was boxes. So there's like 3 boxes that you'd hit, and that's how you'd throw to your receivers. So, I mean, that kind of launched the Madden franchise. I mean, and I think NHL was on there as well. NHL was a lot of fun. Sonic, and you had Tails, and you had Knuckles. But I mean, and then with Sega getting sold, I'm hoping to see some of these games brought back that we grew up loving. So I mean, people still love Sonic. I mean, they wouldn't have just made a huge blockbuster movie about it. People still didn't like it.
Yeah, they branched out. They branched out a bunch of Sonic games also on that platform. So they did Sonic and Knuckles. They had Dr. Robotnik, something or another. It was kind of like Tetris, sort of.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what it was called.
Or maybe it was more like Dr. Mario. I think it was more like
Dr. Mario. Yeah, you're 100% right. Now, I can't remember what it's called though. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
No, but yeah, those were really good games, and I played that a lot. There was a couple racing games that I played on that were super horrible graphics. They were cheap games, and I played the hell out of that too.
Road Blasters.
I don't know what.
That's kind of like Road Rash. I can't remember it. I know they brought back a Contra too.
Yeah.
For that, I remember there was a Contra game on there. I don't remember if it was any good though. I mean, nothing's gonna get them in. But I mean, the thing with Sega, then they had like the attachments, like Sega Saturn, like was it like Sega 32 or something?
Sega Saturn was a completely different thing. That was a disc one though.
Sega 32X. So I remember that was an attachment to your Sega for a little better graphics. I don't remember. I thought there was one other one too that you could buy to attach to your Sega. So I remember like you could
Game Genie. You could do Game Genie on Sega.
Game Genie.
Oh, also, I forgot about this. Sega had an online component at one point. I forgot what the fuck that was called.
I don't remember that at all, man.
I'm trying to find
the rich guy with the internet back in the early 90s.
So I have a weird story about that. Let me see what it was called.
Oh my God, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Oh, I remember that game.
Dang it, I can't.
Oh yeah, but a lot of people don't talk about either with the Sega is the Game Gear, the handheld console to compute the Game Boy. I remember that. That thing is dope as well.
Yeah, Game Gear. I had a friend that had a Game Gear, and not only that, it was full color. It was full color, great graphics. Like I'm surprised. I have no idea how they did it at that time.
Yeah, so they did release the Sega Saturn, which was kind of like the next, like N64. So I remember the Sega Saturn, and then they had the Dreamcast, which didn't last very long. Or if you ever watched, what's that movie? The Beverly Hills one where the kid is a white rapper. Traffic. Looking for my chapstick. That movie with Jamie Kennedy.
Oh, I don't know what it was called.
But anyway, the guy said he had a Gamecast so that must have been like the knockoff Dreamcast. But that's always stuck in my mind. But yeah, so short-lived Dreamcast. We had one of those in Iraq for whatever reason, but
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, I didn't really think like there's that many good Sega games out there just compared to the other ones. Probably wouldn't last that long. But I mean, one of my all-time favorite games was Shadowrun, which is a very stupid game, but I just love it.
yeah. I think when we get into PlayStation 1, I think, is that what we're going to do next podcast?
We can either do PlayStation 1 or the Nintendo 64, which that is kind of where the holy grails of a lot of games are.
Yeah.
You know,
I was a PlayStation guy. That's what I had. I did not have it. I never had a 64.
Whoa, I didn't have a PlayStation.
Yeah.
I have I did later, but yeah, 64 is what I had. And that was kind of like the last of Nintendo's dominance.
Yeah.
Kind of, if you really think about it, the other stuff, but yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much, next time we'll talk. We can do either or. We can go into PlayStation 1 or N64. The standard for all shooters, GoldenEye, Mario Kart, Mario, so a lot of other stuff in there. And there's still, I mean, you can still buy those games. I mean, those games are super expensive now.
Yeah,
they're going resale for some of them $100, $200, depending on what they are.
But, yeah, Mario Kart for sure was probably one of my all-time favorite games. Especially on that. Yeah. Only played at a friend's house though. Never had it myself. So that's why I suck at it. Have you ever noticed that? How bad I am at it when we go like up, down and stuff?
You're just bad. I just know I'm better than you, so I didn't really.
Oh my God! Yeah. Okay.
So that wraps up our Sega. Anything else on Sega?
Nope, that's it. I just wanted to bring up Booger Man. That was all I had. So
saving it.
Yeah, that was my all-time favorite game.
All right, so we're gonna move on to season 4 Call of Duty. So far, they brought back the Most Wanted, which people are dropping right away and getting it. They brought back some better weapons off the caches. So I mean, you get your MP7s. They have the 3-round burst M4s, the Odin or Ram.
Which, by the way, is the worst gun of all time. Do you know how many times that has killed me? The 3-round burst, picking that up, you don't even think about it. Like I don't. When I think M4, I don't go, oh, a burst gun. No.
Yeah, that's I don't know why they did that. I mean, I don't even pick it up anymore. Like.
It's only gray. Only gray M4s, gray or the blue M4s for me. So,
I mean, I'd rather much have my pistol, but I mean, I thought we'd see some map changes, which we haven't.
They did add some train tracks and stuff like that. Like they added yeah. So I think they're adding in those things. I think we're going to have a moving train element where we have to do like train heists, where you could do a train heist or something like that, or like in Apex where you can ride that train or that thing around also. So I think we're going to see that.
Yeah, I mean, they could add that, but there's like that submarine that you can kind of see up towards the dam, but there was Easter eggs for the nukes. So I mean, I was expecting kind of more of just a dramatic map change, so these little hints. So I don't know if they're saving that for mid-season 4 or season 5. We're going to get like, kind of a new map. Because I know in Black Ops, they were constantly, changing it here and there. They destroyed the dam. The cruise ship got moved around.
Yeah.
The colors changed for seasons. We had like that pink and blue, really pink and blue for spring and kind of like darker in the winter. Yeah. So I kind of like those little things that they added in. And like a lot of these things, the things that like people like buy these, like you had like that blue shirt or whatever, like that is not helping you hide. It makes you so much easier to see.
Yeah.
You morons. Or they like make their gun like bright pink or something. Like, okay. Like if I see the map and I see something still, like, there's obviously something there because that color doesn't belong.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I like it. I like some of the stuff. I've been buying some stuff on there lately. It's yep. I mean, I've got a lot of use out of the game, and I figured I might as well. Like, I love what they're doing with it, and so it's just a way for me to show support for it. Because I mean, if we don't do that, then they're not going to keep doing it that way, or they're going to change it. That's not very user friendly. And so,
yeah, I mean,
spend in like
if you look
they're
at
making crap tons of money now.
Yes, that's what I was going to point out. I don't know what that stupid non thing is, so I can't tell you in dollars, but it looks like it's 2.4 million euro.
Yeah, that's
per day. So that's probably close to 3 million per day on these transactions. That is insane. Like, I know a lot of these free games that are out, and that's how they make their money is by the pay to play. If you buy that one sniper or marksman rifle, is a one shot, one kill. So people who buy it are obviously doing it, but I mean they're making more money off that than they are, probably off their sales of the game itself.
So in the past 80 days of the lockdown, Call of Duty has earned $194 million euros. So close to $220 million.
And their servers are still shit.
Oh, they're so bad.
Like, look at all this money you guys are making, and you can't invest in better service for your people. You greedy fucks. Fix it.
It's so bad.
Like, it's so bad. How much money do you need? Like,
how many times have you or you get around a corner and you die? It's because of this fucking desync. It sucks. I hate it.
And then this new animation now, like when you down someone and they jump, that needs to stop. Like, I killed this guy, he jumped, like his dead body, like when he went down, like went behind me, and I have to go fucking find him to Thorson him. Yeah, like if you ever watch it, you'll down a guy and they'll kind of like hop. But like when they're like running at you, like I think I have a clip somewhere, but he like ran at me, like I downed him, and he moved behind me, like because he jumped.
Okay,
I'll have to find the clip of it, but yeah, it's
never seen that before.
You really haven't?
No.
I've seen it. It's happened to me only a couple of times, and I've watched on The Promised Land. It's happened to him a few times where you kill him, and they kind of like hop over. It's weird. I don't know what it is or not, but I'm surprised you haven't seen it. Maybe you're not killing enough people, probably. So maybe that's probably it.
I don't think that's it.
I think it is.
But most of my fights are mid to long range. I don't like close range fights.
Boring.
No, I think that's just the way I play. I like to
camp.
No, it's not camping. I like to make sure that they're out in the open to make sure I get the kill. I don't want to have to chase somebody into a building and get killed by somebody sitting in a corner.
Okay, you know I know
that's my least favorite thing to do.
I know both of us are fat, but moving video game characters around the map, we don't burn calories. So you can run around that whole map and you won't get tired. I promise.
You're an asshole.
I know. Strategic placement, or what do you call it? You don't call it camp it. You strategic holding. I don't know what you said, but that was your justification. But yeah, I mean, it's been interesting so far. I'd really hope they have some other changes to it. I did like Classic, but I think Classic needs tweaked, but that's enough Call of Duty. We've talked about it enough. Yeah, so hopefully here in 4 or 5 months we'll have these new consoles out. I'm excited to get back to console playing. But have you kind of seen any other games you're wanting to try out? I know you talked about getting into Farming Simulator, which just blows my mind because at work we always like make this joke like, "Hey, you're gonna play some Farming Simulator tonight?" And then you're like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually play it."
No, so I think for me it's more of a soothing thing. Like I think it's a super easy game to play. There's so I don't know if you know the premise of it. You get a certain amount. You get a certain amount of money, and then you can lease or buy land, and then you can lease or buy equipment, and then you try to get good yields off of that, and it's an interesting game. So it's like Sim City.
Yeah, for farming.
Yeah,
because what brought the whole thing up is my buddy Jordan Cotter, who used to work with us, it was talking about, it's like, yeah, I got buddies who farm all day and then they get off and then they go play Farm Simulator.
Well,
Which,
they get to probably drive better equipment in the Farm Simulator than
right.
they do.
But I mean, then I was like, well, like in the Army, I went and played Soldier all day, and then I came home and played Call of Duty. Same concept.
Yep.
But I just I was like, God, these guys really love farming.
Yep.
That's the country boys.
No.
I don't. To me, it kind of just looked like, yeah, like a Sim City for farming. I mean, you never come water my crops on Farmville on Facebook, so I don't know why.
Is that still a thing?
I have no idea. I was just watching some old South Park. I would assume so. I mean, probably the only really game that I played on those, like on MySpace or whatever, was Mafia Wars.
Mafia Wars
was such a good game, dude.
God. Stole all your information.
Oh, probably.
I think I still get emails from that shit.
But I mean, it was great. I loved it. It was, you know, even Bruce played it, who hates video games.
Yeah.
That guy was so into it. But I mean, it's great. I like, I don't know if they are. I'm assuming that they have to be, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, but, I think the I do want to try out the new Amazon game when that comes out.
July 23rd.
Yep. I did sign up for the beta, so hopefully I get in on that.
Well, so if we can, they're open in the beta, so I don't know why. I think everyone can get open. Because they're opening the closed beta.
Is there a closed beta right now?
Yeah.
Well, I signed up for it.
So same with me. So you can try to do the closed beta. But I mean, you can also get into it. Closed beta is scheduled to start. Okay, the closed beta is scheduled to start on the 23rd. So that's when the alpha's over and we can get into the beta. It's July 23rd, and then August 25th, I believe, is when they're going to have the game released. So hopefully here soon we'll have it. The other guaranteed way to get into it is if you pre-order the game. You pre-order it. But I kind of wanted to play the beta, see if it's something I was going to be interested in.
Yeah. But
if I don't, I probably will just go into it and start playing, just because it does look very interesting. It's kind of different than the MMO RPGs that I'm used to. Like, there's no real like classes like in World of Warcraft. There's warrior, priest, hunter, blah blah blah. Don't want to bore you. But on this one, it's just every character is the same, but you build it how you want. So I'm assuming there's different stuff throughout the journey that you can specialize in to make your character different, or specialize in certain things. So I'm really interested to get into it because I've tried all these other games that has come out. Rift came out when I was in overseas, and that looked like a lot of fun, but it died out. The Knights of the Old Republic Star Wars game was a lot of fun. I mean, I grinded to get a yellow lightsaber, and then I just quit playing after that. I mean, they had the rebels and the oh god, the Empire. So you can, whatever side you wanted to play. Do you want to be a Jedi, a Sith, Stormtrooper, Smuggler? So there was different stuff for different people, but that kind of died out too. So I'm really excited for this. I'm hoping it, lives up, especially with Amazon and the stupid amount of money they have. Hopefully, we're throwing a lot of stuff into it.
Yeah. So it does say on the beta that we can, on the July 23rd, we can start streaming it. So hopefully we can get in on that on day one, and hopefully get some cool viewers and stuff like that going in. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I mean, I don't know when they're going to announce it, but I most likely will be pre-ordering it if I don't get it, just because I really want to check it out.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of some video game chat. I think we're about hit the nail on the head of all that. We will try out for next episode. We're going to try to find another game to kind of find and play out. Maybe, Kenny will have a report on Farm Simulator and how sweet his combine is. right? That's a thing.
I think I'm going with cotton. I think I might do cotton. So
Okay. Well, you live in Iowa, so it's either corn or soybeans.
well, the cool thing with Farm Simulator is that I can do whatever the hell I want. I don't have to stick with corn or soybeans. Maybe I'll do hemp. You don't know.
Do they have that in there? That'd be interesting if they did.
I don't know if they have hemp.
I'm sure they have a pot growing simulator somewhere that we can find.
Well, they do.
Of course they did.
On Steam. Remember when it was up?
Oh yeah.
It's not growing, but you could be a drug dealer. But
yeah, but I want to learn the botany of it. I want to be a botanist simulator. Yeah. All right. So moving on. There's really not much going on in the world of sports right now. Golf's going on. NASCAR is still going on. NBA looks like they're going to start playing. The commissioner, I think Adam Silver's probably one of the best commissioner there is across the sports. How fast he took to this thing, shut everything down right away, and then he's trying to get it back rolling again. The baseball, they're meeting to vote on a league or how they're going to do it. MLB Coming Back, some of the players rejected it, so now they're going back to talks to.
I think it's going to be 60 games. I think that's the way it's looking. I think the biggest holdup was that they wanted to pay them 75% of their pay or something like that. I think there is a full pay added back in, so they get 100% of their pay for playing a third of a season, which blows my mind. But it makes sense.
They had one of their stronger unions, though. So
yeah, so it's either that or not have it. Like in that, so that's. I do think that for baseball, having the shorter season will 100%. It makes every game important, and I think that's what is wrong with the NBA and what's wrong with baseball. Is because players can sit out for so long, and and those games don't necessarily. They basically just have games that don't matter. You know what I mean? So yeah, what's the point of playing if they don't matter?
162 games. I know players have talked about these seasons are just so long. I mean, it starts spring training March, April, and then usually first games are end of April. And you go all the way to September and then October for the playoffs. So that's 6 months of a season.
Yeah.
Playing basically playing every day. It's usually, you'll play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or have Monday off, or you go next place, you go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you have a Thursday off, or if you're playing a 4-game Thursday. So I mean, they basically get 1 day off a week, if that. I mean, traveling all these different cities, you have like a homestand for so many games, and you go on a road for so many games. I mean, it's just a grueling long season, and I don't know why we play that many games.
Yeah,
maybe it's so hopefully they can maybe look into the future is to shorten the season, because I know a lot of people are turned off just how long baseball is. They say it's long, it's boring. They're trying to speed the game up. They're trying to make it, better. But I mean, there's so many games, and so hopefully, something comes out of this where they can kind of shorten it. Maybe do like a, start later, or play it so many times. Because I mean, they used to only play during the daytime, because it's better for the lights, because then all the teams had lights you can play at night.
Yeah.
So, but that's how you get the fans out there.
Yep. And also it's a whole different atmosphere under the lights.
100% is too. I mean, it's if you ever watch Field of Dreams, they kind of talk about under the lights that the Black Sox played under.
Yeah,
they weren't used to it. So I mean, baseball has always been my favorite sport. I love it. I absolutely love watching baseball. I can put on any game, be entertained. A lot of people think it's boring. To me, it's more exciting to go see them live than it is on TV. Kind of the same with hockey for me. Like, I can't really watch hockey on TV, but I love going to like the hockey games here in town. It's just so much more entertaining to be there. Like see the ice, it's cold, which I love.
Yep. So no, I think a shorter season will be great. I think a lot more people will watch on TV because it is more important. I think it'll be interesting to see what they do with the pitcher situations then, because you'll want to have that turnaround on the pitchers a lot quicker. So I don't know, just because every game is so important, you don't want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's going to go back to old school where pitchers are pitching like every 2 or 3 days. Now, it's, they pitch one every 5 or 6 games.
Yeah,
unless it's in the playoffs, and then they can,
or they do like a 4 pitcher rotation where it's basically 3 innings, 3 innings, 3 innings, or it's 1, 2, and then a closer, something like that. It's just,
I think it will be more bullpen action, more like a playoff atmosphere, because I mean you don't really see this day and age pitchers going longer into games, because I mean they say first time you face a pitcher, then the second and third, the more you see the pitcher and how their pitches are coming in their rotation, they can track the ball easier, so their batting averages go up tremendously after each time you face them. So I think you're going to see it shorter. They might only go like starters might not even make it to 5 innings. You started to see like years ago with these specialized like the Royals, when they did on their run, they had a guy who pitched the 7th, they had a guy who pitched the 8th, and they had their closer in the 9th. Then their pitcher just basically tried to get through 6, and then they had those 3 studs that could basically just had 3 closers, for one for each inning. But if a pitcher was struggling, they had like that gap guy to get there. So I mean, you've seen a lot of shift in that lately, is to like at these specialized pitchers, and they're carrying more pitchers than ever before. And you don't really see these horses like we used to going like pitching 2, 3, 400 innings like they did in the past, because they don't have to.
Yeah, and I think that's another reason why we're never going to see a Sosa McGuire summer again, where they're hitting.
Well, they test for steroids.
Well, no, but I mean, even though they like, I think that's an interesting thing in itself.
Bring back steroids.
Steroids doesn't make them see the ball and hit the ball. You know what I mean?
Know that.
They don't. It does. The steroids doesn't slow down time. So I think.
Yeah, clearly it does, because they're hitting 60 to 70 dingers.
Yeah. So I think. I think
that's fucking Ritalin is considered a banned substance,
which is crazy to me. Well, it's an amphetamine, but that
or Ritalin, or what's the other meds? Is it Ritalin? Well, it's like the adult version of Ritalin.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like all the college kids take the fucking cram. Adderall.
Yeah.
So I mean, those are banned substances. So maybe you can see the ball clear, it slows down. Yeah. But I'm excited to get sports back. Baseball, hopefully, football comes back. I'm very excited. I've been watching some Derek Carr workouts.
He looks stacked, dude.
We'll see. I mean,
he's been working out with Waller a lot. I'm hoping that he's getting in the new receivers into rotations on that stuff too. Waller looks also just unbelievably ripped. It's
Maverick, bring me a water.
Oh,
never mind. So yeah, I'm excited for the season. Tough division, but hopefully we'll find out if they're going to play. And we'll give you come October, we'll give you a replay on our trip to Vegas. Hopefully,
yeah. I'm hoping they allow fans. So
yeah, I'd hope so too. Otherwise, that giant stadium's going to sit empty.
It'll be interesting. They did what did they announce was going to be at there was something. Were they going to do the Pro Bowl there?
Yeah.
The biggest stadium?
2021 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Get your bone in here.
Giving the dog a treat.
Yeah, we'll give him a little bone so you can chew on it. Leave me alone. Okay, so I'll wrap up our sports section. Baseball, hopefully we'll have an answer soon. Hopefully football, but basketball should be starting here within a couple of weeks in Orlando.
Yep.
So as we shift to our final segment or junk segment after that, where we just randomly talk. Our movie theater is opening July 3rd. There is going to be different standards. I did see AMC is going to require everyone to wear a mask. I'm not sure how you're going to eat popcorn doing that, but I guess we'll figure it out. But ours is Cinemark, and it just says it's recommended. But I mean, if you're in the theater, I think they're going to basically have your seats together, and then they're going to have a gap. I don't know if that's going to be 1 or 2 seat gap or what.
Yeah,
they're staggering the movie time, so there's not going to be so many people overflowing. So there might only be a couple showings for whatever movies come out. So I mean, that's going to be interesting to see as well. But I miss the movie theater. I mean, I like sitting at home and streaming, but it's just something about seeing movies in the theater. It's special.
It's a good atmosphere. That's what I like about it the most is you get to see it the way a director is expecting you to see it. So, and you get all that deep sound and all that other stuff. So I'm pretty excited. I think the first big one coming out is probably going to be Tenet.
Yep.
And then Tenet and Mulan. Those are going to be the two key indicators to see see if movies continue. I suppose see how that all goes. So pretty pumped to see that.
I mean, right now, they're throwing back. So when they're open and they're going to have The Matrix or have Mad Max Fury Road, Jumanji, Awesome, Back to the Future, Blade Runner. So kind of to get comeback classics. So they're going to have some older movies to start out with for people to come back to the theater and watch them.
I would really like to see Back to the Future in the movie theater.
Well, you can, my friend.
That's one of my favorite movies. I actually rewatched all 3 of them 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, they're great. So there are going to be 3 showings of Back to the Future. So
awesome.
So hopefully, here soon, they're probably just going to have these, and then they'll start, doing their other stuff where these new movies come out. So I'm not quite sure if movies are even going back into production to be finished with all this other stuff. So we might have to wait to see if stuff doesn't get pushed back. But I'm super excited to get back in it. Tenet looks amazing. It's going to blow our minds, hopefully. And then follow up on that. Artimus Fowl, I just recently watched.
Did you enjoy it? I enjoyed it.
Did not.
What? Really?
Josh Gad's character, where he talks like, was stupid. You're not this be you. You're a nerd. Don't try to be all dark and ominous. I thought it was terrible.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't really care for it, honestly. I thought it was kind of I couldn't really get into it. I tried, I like that stupid stuff. But
it's a kid's movie. It's 100% a kid's movie.
100% it is, but it's just I don't know. It lost me. Like you got these fairies that come, and then they get this troll and ogre, and I don't know, man. It's just not for me.
I feel like it was a movie. I feel like it would have been better off as a TV show, maybe.
Yeah,
where we get a little bit more backstory and stuff like that. I think it would have been a lot better. We were just kind of thrown. You are kind of just thrown into it, but so is the main character. He's just honestly thrown into a world that he doesn't know about. So it kind of makes the confusion understandable in that sense. And that's the way I took it. But I thought it was really interesting. I think it was. And I loved the fact that it went straight to Disney. It went to Disney Plus, because it was a high profile movie that they could have probably put out in the movie theater. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I liked that it was there. So I enjoyed it. I would give it a solid 3 3/4 stars out of 5. Kenny stars.
Kitty stars. I
Yep.
would. Yeah. No, not for me. I mean, I just couldn't get it. I tried to get into it, but it felt like too kiddie, and the story didn't really make sense. Like all of a sudden, that fairy is now distrusted all of her other fairies and teams up with the guy, and like,
Yeah.
then the dwarf that came and ate through it, all of a sudden they're friends. Like, okay. Stop with all that. But another thing I want to discuss is I recently just watched this TV show called Grimm. It was on NBC. It is now on Amazon Prime. I binged all 6 seasons in about a week. Absolutely.
Jesus, do you have bed sores?
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm working from home, have my laptop open, and I watched, for basically 6 to 8 hours a day.
Damn.
First season is kind of bad CGI, but it just kept opening up more and more. Like you started to see, so they're called Vison, and they're like these creatures, and there's so many different ones that do this stuff. And the Grimm can see them. And back in the olden days, the Grimms used to kill the Vison. But so the new Grimm here, he's a cop in Portland, and he basically discovers that he's a Grimm after his like aunt gets attacked and is killed. And he starts to like show these Grimms like, okay, I'm not like my old ancestors. So he befriends some of them, and they help him out. They solve these crimes that are Vesson. And there's just all these different like stories and plots and character development between all of them. Like he starts like on this journey, and he meets these like Vesson that help him become friends, and then these other people can't see and understand it, and then they kind of get introduced to his world. And I don't know, it was just amazing. And like there was a couple of nights where I like literally just could not stop watching it. And next thing I know, it's 1:00 in the morning. I like to be in bed way earlier.
Yep.
But I just couldn't stop. Like, and it literally just got me. And then my buddy Eric, he was watching it as well. We just happened to start talking about it, and then he couldn't stop either. Like it's just like about season 2 starts pick up, but like season 3 to 6, I mean, it's just storyline, arcs, character. It was just so beautifully done. And like, I was like, how did I not watch this when it was on TV?
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't, because there is no way I could have waited a week to see what happened next in some of these episodes.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're looking for something like a sci-fi type of thriller show, dude, absolutely amazing. And then not only that, the ending. So the last season was only 13 episodes. So that's usually, okay, we're going to give you time to finish it. And I think the ending was like perfectly done. I mean, wrapped everything up beautiful. It's not one of those stupid endings like Sopranos or Lost or one of that. I absolutely loved it. So, I mean, if you're looking for a good show to watch that is binge worthy, Grimm on Amazon Prime is amazing. It's going to take you a little time to get into it just because it's kind of slow. But I mean, it's, Brothers Grimm, we all grew up with those stories and knowing them, but
yeah,
I would highly recommend it. I absolutely loved it.
So sticking with the sci-fi, there is something that I'm going to be starting watching. Is going to be season 1 of Picard, Star Trek. I don't know if you know this about me, but I love me some Star Trek. I've always enjoyed it. I watched a lot of it because I didn't have cable or anything when I grew up.
Shatner or Stewart? Kirk or Picard?
Oh. I'm gonna go with Patrick Stewart. I think I love Patrick Stewart. I think he's great in everything he does. I love him in X-Men. I love I think he's just overall a great actor.
I'm not saying Shatner's a good actor, but I'm just saying I'm not a Trekkie. I never really watched the show. I watched a little bit of Star Trek Next Generation when I went over to my buddy Bug's house when I was a child. I love the movies with Chris Pine and Zoe Saldana.
Yep.
Love her. But I've never been a Trekkie, so I just like I'm interested when I meet them. Fans that are Star Trek guys, like, do you prefer the original or do you prefer the Next Generation?
Yeah, Next Gen. I even did Deep Space Nine, and stuff like that too.
Was that with Jerry Ryan?
Yeah,
Or Scott Bakula?
Not Scott Bakula. I didn't like that.
And then I think there was. They still continued it, but it didn't get on the mainstream. But so Picard, go.
Yeah, so I'm super excited. I haven't started it yet. It's on CBS. It's on their stupid streaming service, the CBS All Access. So I'm either gonna do a free. I'm probably just gonna end up doing it because there's a couple shows on there that I want to watch. So. Yeah,
I just hate that everyone has these own streaming services now. So, eventually, that was good about Netflix. They had like Parks and Rec and Office and all this stuff, and they still do. But eventually, NBC's gonna like, oh, we're gonna start one. That's our shows, and they're gonna pull it over to theirs.
Yeah.
So
also, yeah. So, Star Trek Discovery too. I've watched the first 2 seasons of that. That's really good.
That's the newest one with that chick from Walking Dead, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah, it was because I love that storyline also is great. I think overall it's the new stuff that they're putting out for Star Trek is just phenomenal. So I don't see why Picard won't be great. And I've seen bits and pieces of the story arcs on that the way it's going to be is it's amazing. So I'm pretty pumped to jump in.
I mean, they're bringing back Whoopi Goldberg. So.
Ooh, Whoopi.
Yeah. He went on The View and asked her personally to come back.
Ugh. Yeah.
Whatever. But
it is what it is.
Going on to other stuff. So there's this new, I didn't know this was a comic, but it's called Warrior Nun. And it's coming to Netflix July 2nd, which is 2 weeks. And this trailer that they put out absolutely looks like it's going to be a banger, dude.
Yeah. That trailer fucks for sure. It was, yeah, I was 100% interested. As soon as I watched that, I was like, oh shit. And it looks badass. Like, it doesn't look like shitty graphics or anything like that either.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
it just
Netflix
looks 100%
usually
amazing.
goes all in with a lot of their stuff. But I think someone said this was based on a comic. I could have that wrong. Oh, yeah.
I would assume
Maybe.
It probably is. It seems like it would be.
But I mean, basically, what this is it's kind of like this good versus evil. The premise is this 1901 wakes up in a moor with a new leash on life and a divine artifact embedded in her back. She discovers she's part of an ancient order that has been tasked with fighting demons on Earth. And both forces representing hell and heaven are trying to find and control her. And the characters that they showed in this, I mean, it's basically all women. It's a bunch of badass women, fucking nuns kicking ass because you can't be a dude nun. No,
Dude nun?
A dude nun. I'm an idiot. I mean, or priests. Sorry, they're called priests, not dude nuns, but whatever. Well, I mean, it's 2020. I mean, I guess you could be a dude nun. I don't know, man. I don't want to assume anything about it. I'm not. But I mean, the trailer was awesome. A lot of action-packed fight scenes looked good. Some badass women kicking ass. It looks like it's going to be a really good sci-fi. There's some evil-looking Ultron demon thing in it, so I'm really excited about that. And then did you want to talk about Cursed, or do you want to wait on that?
Let's wait. Let's wait on that. I didn't watch the trailer or anything on that. I did.
Oh, that one. Okay, Cursed is okay. That was the comic, I believe, by Frank Miller.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, I mixed it up. I don't know, but I mean, I just love all this new sci-fi stuff coming out. I mean, it looks great. You know, I'm trying to find these hidden little gems from time to time. You know, like Altered Carbon. I didn't think I was going to like that show, but I was just scrolling through Netflix and I'm like, this show's can fuck. And they fucked a lot in it.
Yeah, dude, that is one of my favorite shows. Honestly, I watched the weekend that it came out. The second season came out. Second season wasn't nearly as good as the first season.
That's I'm not a big Anthony Mackie fan. Like,
yeah,
I didn't even know the other dude did the first season, but it was awesome.
Yeah, that was great. And not only that, I love cyberpunk movies. Like that 100% nails cyberpunk to a T. I loved it. Second season, not so much. That was more of a, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really want to know with that. I just finished The Order season 2. I don't know if you got a chance to get into it yet.
I've got 2 episodes in of second season, and I did not like it.
Dude,
it was a whole different.
Bro, it is all over the place, dude. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's not even close to the original hit. I mean, it goes kind of all over the place, and to me, it seemed really sloppy. I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, you got to finish it to make your own side, but I mean, like, it's just back and forth. Like,
I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. I get the first 2 episodes. Those are the episodes that should hook you. It did not do that. I was like,
give it what? Like 3 or 4, but I already watched the first one, so I'm like, okay, I got to see this through. I want to talk about it. I don't want to give stuff away. It doesn't have that first season like a feel to me.
Yeah,
it's just sloppy. It's just like an episode starts and then you're like, okay, what? Wait, what? There's no like transition, like, yeah, you know, from the previous. Like, it's just this whole new like arc story going on, but then they kind of go back to it. But super confusing, dude. Like, I don't know. I think they really dropped the ball on it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yep, that's kind of where it seemed for me. But, so yeah, what else do we? Oh, Charlie Hunnam as Green Arrow on DC.
So, yep, Charlie Hunnam was possibly being Green Arrow, Oliver Queen, which was, I don't know if you watched that on CW or not, but it was a great show. I really enjoyed it. I really like what the CW has done, not only with Arrow, but Flash was great. Batwoman is god awful, but that's more Ruby Rose than anything else, personally.
And she's no longer Batwoman.
Yeah,
they're transitioning completely away.
I thought she was terrible, and then I liked it. You know, they have Supergirl as well. I watched a few seasons of that and I kind of lost interest. But one of the other shows that I wish I would have stuck with was Legends of the Heroes, or shit.
DC, it's just Legends, isn't it?
Yeah, DC Legends, where they had like these criminals that go around in the time zone.
Yeah,
and like time police. I mean, I watched
Legends of Tomorrow. That's what it is.
There you go. And so I really like that. I mean,
it's on Netflix.
I'm gonna have. Yeah, I think I'm gonna dive back into it because I watched the first season. But I just like how they have not only that, they incorporate like there was a Crisis on Earth, so you had one episode of how the characters on Supergirl, and then Batwoman, Flash, the Arrow. So they basically shows like, okay, here's what's going on in the universe, but here's what's going on in the Supergirls, and they come together on that show, and then it kind of goes to the other shows. I just like how they incorporated all these different shows together. And I think Black Lightning might have been in it as well, but I just love that these superhero shows are out there. When we were in Iceland, they actually had that DC show with Robin on Netflix there, because it's apparently different continents have different Netflix access, but
yep,
it's kind of like a darker Robin and stuff. But
if you get a VPN,
Yeah,
You can,
that was what I'm looking at. But sorry, we got off topic. Going back, so it is rumored that Charlie Hunnam, Sons of Anarchy, blah blah, could possibly be coming to the DC universe as Green Arrow.
It'll be interesting. I don't know how I feel about him as an actor.
I mean, Sons of Anarchy, he was great. Green Street Hooligans, he was great. Pacific Rim was kind of weird, and King Arthur, that was just a trash movie.
He was also in what was the other movie that he was in? Crap. Papillon?
Oh, I never watched that.
Papillion?
Yeah,
I don't know.
With Rami Malek.
Yep. It was an okay movie. Yeah, it was.
I mean, I think he's a good actor, but I mean, Sons of Anarchy, I don't know if it's just because he was just in that for so long. It's hard to like see him in other stuff, but
yeah.
I mean, I think he would make a Green Arrow. I mean, he has that, pretty boy, rich vibe look to him. And, he obviously has the physique for it. The dude's ripped, so I hope he does do it. I hope he does it well. Cause I mean, DC is struggling. I mean, ever since The Dark Knight ended, I mean, they put out junkers. I mean, I did like the Superman.
Yeah.
But Batman vs Superman was trash. Suicide Squad was trash. Whatever the other one was. But I did like Aquaman. That's more to do with Jason Momoa, I think. Kind of even a fresh, get out of that stupid green and orange thing.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman, I liked it, but it just felt like basically Captain America, but with a woman.
Yep.
So I'm hoping 1880 or 1984 it changes it, because I think Gail Gadot, whatever. I think she's a good actress, and I'm hoping to see some good things in it. And I love Chris Pine as well.
Yeah, 1984. That's going to be. I think it's going to be a great movie. I don't like that they keep pushing it back, though.
Yeah, well, I think they want people to come hit their blockbuster movies, but I mean, I'm really hoping they can lure some of these, these fucking people over to DC to be a part of it, and hopefully they can get some better writers and directors to make.
Dude, that's all. It's not hard. It's not hard to arc these comic book movies. They have. It's already done. Like that's what blows my mind. Read the damn comic book series. Understand the arcs and the origin stories. It's not hard. Like
it's not. I don't know.
You can even steal it exactly how it is, and I would love it. But they can't even do that. They make the stupid crap, and they. One of the
most embarrassing things was Superman Begins, or Superman for whatever had Brandon Roth in it and the bullet in the eye. Like that's the dumb. Why would you show that? It is so stupid.
That was the only movie that I have ever walked out of.
Like, it's so dumb.
It was the only one I've ever walked out of. Yeah, it was
all
garbage.
These Superman movies were so great, dude. Like, you rewatch, you see them on like TBS or TNT or wherever they show old movies, and like we channel surf, dude, sit there and watch it. So great. And then Dark Knight, they rejuvenized Batman after Val Kilmer and George Clooney killed it.
Yeah,
and Christian Bale brought it back, and this made it amazing. And then you just thought, okay, great. And then the first Superman movie with the huge fucking nerd of God, what's his name? Harry Cavill. This guy paints figurines. This guy is a huge nerd. So they got him. I liked it. Amy Adams, outstanding. Whoever played who's the bad guy from Krypton? Drawing blank.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about. I forget his name now.
The actor who played him was great. And then I'm like, all right. So I was excited about it. They got a storyline going. I loved Smallville. Also was on CW. And then Batman vs Superman. Like, what is this pile of crap?
Yeah, and I think I think the biggest problem there was that it was what I think that's why we're getting a new one. I think they did a trailer for they're going to re-release it with
the director's cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was a dumpster fire. It made zero sense. It was terrible. I didn't really care for it. And it sucks because I love Batman. I love Superman. I love these characters.
Yep.
I mean, there's that thread recently, like just talking shit, like how terrible Batman is. Like, can you imagine going to buy like an eighth of weed and Batman comes and breaks your arm? If Batman ever got audited, he'd have nothing. The only way that guy's getting out of prison is through trial. Stuff like that is just cracking me up. But.
Or what is it? If he gets locked out of his bat cave, he's just Mark Cuban.
Yeah. So, I mean, I hope they really improve it. I mean, we saw with Aquaman, they were really like that one was great. You know, if they could keep building on that momentum, it'd be so amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Flash that Flash kid I really didn't care for, but you don't really get to see him that much. But the TV show Flash is great.
I love that. I love that Flash more than I like the other Flashes because it's a mechanical Flash where it's like he built something to make him go that fast. Like so, I like that idea. Better not just like superpower. So.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully they can get some stuff. DC upcoming. So upcoming movies for them. So we're gonna have Robert Pattinson as Batman, and I don't want to talk shit because when I heard Heath Ledger was gonna be Joker, I badmouthed it and I absolutely ate crow there.
Crushed it.
Dude was amazing. So I mean, we're having Wonder Woman August 14th potentially. That's gonna be great. I think Kristen Wiig's in it. Didn't know that. Snyder's Cut's coming. New Suicide Squad coming, but Will Smith's not going to be in it. But speaking of that, I really enjoyed Birds of Prey. I really enjoyed it for what it was. I know a lot of people hated on it, but it was entertaining to me. You know,
comic book people did comic book people things, and then they went after it. That it was like, oh, it's just a girl power movie, and it was, but it doesn't make it a bad movie. It was good. It's something different. It's not the normal, Joker-esque rawness to it. It made it broader it made it better to a broader audience, and I liked it a lot. So
a lot. It was playful, women kicking ass, girl power. All for it. But I mean, that's her. She's a crazy psycho lady who just does whatever she wants. And it was great. She played the character perfectly, adopting that kid at the end and then having that pet, whatever, dude. It just cracked me up.
She did it all for an egg sandwich.
Dude, that must have been a bomb ass egg sandwich, dude. But then, I mean, you got, then they got The Rock to join us, Black Adam.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he's the biggest movie star in the world right now, and you finally get him in to be a superhero. I mean, that's going to be huge. I mean, one of the movies I thought was kind of underrated was Shazam. I really enjoyed Shazam, dude.
It's
and
hilarious.
Have a second Shazam. Oh, they are doing a standalone Flash movie. And Aquaman. So most of these other ones aren't going to come out until 2022, but I know they are trying to get people like some big names to come play the Green Lantern.
God, that's scary.
But yeah, so I mean, there are
they did so good with it before.
Yeah, I mean that was so bad, but I'm excited that hopefully they can get on that Marvel level. Marvel's it's been crushing it for so long. And I'm really hoping that they bring back some of their Marvel TV shows. And I hope these new Marvel shows, which we'll talk about next time going into them, it's coming out. It's going to be 6. I think there's only 6 episodes, but we're gonna get Wanda and Vision and Winter Soldier Falcon come in. I believe this year, and they're gonna be 6 episodes each.
So Loki show also.
Loki, there you go. Yep, got that one.
Yep.
Which is crazy that he auditioned and was Thor like a week before they started shooting, and then Chris Hemsworth decided he wanted to audition and ultimately became Thor. That's
what?
crazy.
Really?
Yeah. So I was reading this article. So Tom Hiddleston auditioned, showed his tape. He basically got the part. I think like a week before production started, he was Thor, and then they let Chris Evans audition, and that's
I don't see him as Thor.
Yeah, he plays Loki so perfectly. But how would you imagine I have the part. I'm getting ready to film this movie. I'm reading all my lines, and all of a sudden you come in, you get the part, and they're like, "Oh, so you're gonna play his brother Loki?" What? The fact that he stayed and did it and killed it as Loki, and like Loki has its own following, is amazing of him as a person. But I don't know if a lot of the people would have done that. Like, oh, by the way, you're not Thor anymore, you're Loki.
Yeah. Oh man, that's interesting. I did not know that. That is insane to me.
A crazy story, dude.
But I think Hemsworth is the perfect Thor. He's a classic looking Thor.
Yeah.
And that's why I wouldn't see Hiddleston as that.
Also auditioned for Thor. His brother.
I don't see him either. I don't see him playing.
Yeah, I mean it's hard now because he's in that character. You know, Tom Hiddleston is Loki. Chris Hemsworth is Thor. But I mean, like the first Thor was kind of okay, but I mean he's gone. Like he's had a lot of issues with the directors basically objectifying him, like making him take his shirt off for scenes. He's like doesn't make any sense to the character. Like they made him do it in Ragnarok. And they made him do it, and I think Dark World. And he said he's getting tired of it. Like you're just making me take my shirt off for sex appeal for no reason. And you know that's interesting to see. Like, hey, like these guys are speaking out. Like, hey, stop objectifying me for my body. Like, women. Like, I like
that they made him fat.
Yeah,
I thought that was hilarious.
That was his own doing, which was amazing. When you saw Fat Thor, dude, I lost my mind. I loved it.
Also, I think it's going to be really interesting to, when they roll into Thor. What is it? Love and War.
Yeah. So Natalie Portman's Thor.
Yeah, and they're bringing back
Love and Thunder.
They're bringing back basically all the people in the first Thor movie, I believe, for that.
I missed it because I miss Sif. I miss, Hemdale, the dwarf guy, and the other dude.
Yeah.
I can't think of their names. But I know that Jamie Alexander, she went over and started a show called Blind Spot, I think. But she played Sif. But basically she got a bunch of tattoos for the show, so I think she couldn't be in it due to the conflict. Otherwise, she would have been in the last Thor. But
yeah,
I mean, I really hope they bring this other his supporting his boys back.
Yeah, and Kat Denning. I think Kat Denning's going to be back in it also with Natalie Portman.
Kat, and then the professor dude. So I'm really excited.
Skarsgård.
I mean, there was this thing where Brie Larson was at Marvel Studios, and she took a picture with Thor's hammer, and she said, "I knew I could lift it." And then Natalie Portman wrote "put my hammer down" or something like that. But Tessa Thompson is back in it as Valkyrie, so yeah. I mean, Thor's are great movies. I really enjoy them. I believe he's going to also be in the Guardians 3 as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. But
I want to see James Gunn is doing some DC movie that I read. I think, he's doing the new Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So I have hope for that because James Gunn has killed it with the Guardians and other stuff that he's done. So I'm hoping that the next Suicide Squad is really good. But
yeah,
I mean, I think how long have we been talking?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Hour and a half. We're sitting there right now.
Okay. kind of a long way today. Sorry about that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've had a blast. So, we're doing these about every 2 weeks or so. So, if we start getting more stuff, maybe more movies opening up and other stuff coming out, maybe we'll go to like every week. But for as of right now, it's just gonna be every 2 weeks. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm enjoying doing this. So is Kenny. Just talking to you guys about stuff, and hopefully, you'll check out some of the stuff we're talking about and give us some feedback. We are looking to have some guests here in the near future to talk about stuff and get different perspectives. So we will be letting you know when we do that. We do got some friends that are big time UFC guys. So if, some big fights are coming up, we might pull them in. Another buddy who's trying to get into gaming, we might get him on. He's going to talk about poker as well. He's a big poker player, but kind of talk about how exactly you get into gaming if you're just starting out and what things you should look for. So we got some things coming for you as well. So please stay tuned for the near future, and we'll have some other people come on, and hopefully we can broaden, our talks and our, answer some questions and keep you guys informed, and hopefully you guys enjoy.
Yeah. Also, I would like to point out our audio. I think we figured out a way to fix that outside of Skype being complete garbage. So
yes, hopefully so you don't have those little audio spikes. So
Yep.
So hopefully that's fixed. We are looking at here, getting like a stream, or a room that we can both be in, so we don't have to have these issues. But if this works in the meantime, we'll continue to do this. So
absolutely.
But I want to thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you guys. As always, I'm Travis Corey, INF Rebel at Facebook Gaming, and my lovely abode here, Kenny Thorson, DMI Patriot at Facebook Gaming. Come free to check us out. I stream primarily Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then other random times that I feel like. Kenny does Tuesday, Thursdays. Be on the lookout for Coffee with Kenny in the mornings, coming to a screen or phone or whatever you use to watch near you. And we're hoping to get you guys a random Steam game Saturday where we can test out new games. So be on the lookout for that as well.
Absolutely. All right. Check you guys later.
All right, guys, take care.